Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Chasing Optimum. I have the king of nutrition here himself, Tommy. Hello.
Good morning.
Could I please, while I've got you, so what happens is you come over every month and do your Tommy delivery based on where I'm up to in life.
Yes.
And I made a commitment when I first met you. I said, I want to look like you. I want your look like skin like this.
Short and tan.
Skin like this. And I didn't realize it's been an interesting journey so far.
Yeah.
I don't even know how long it's been. Maybe, what, 2 years?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly.
Yeah.
And then it's been a really interesting thing because I thought I was actually healthy, but I was not, really not.
Sure.
And it's funny how you go through life operating as you know.
Yeah.
And back then I was eating 7 meals a day, chicken and rice, this and that. But I always get you when you come and do a delivery, and I either get the video or a podcast because you're a wealth of knowledge. But what I'd love to do, if it's okay with you, is I'd like to talk about blood.
Oh yeah,
blood
absolutely.
work,
Yeah.
what it all means,
Yes.
and compare this blood test
Yeah.
to my one before.
Yes.
Is that all right?
Of course it is.
And help people understand
Yes.
when we talk about blood work, like what it all means. So can we actually start there?
Yeah, you can. So you have when I went to uni 34 years ago, we didn't have all the DNA test and gut test. It didn't exist in those times. So we had to only learn by looking at people's face, their eyes, the gum, the skin texture, the breath, and how they sweat, how they smell. That's what we have to be. Or we could just say, go to the toilet or go pee and don't flush. We smell if it's hot. Because that's how we detected it. Then the blood test was easy to do, but they didn't have all the blood tests. They didn't have no vitamin D. Many things didn't exist in that time. We knew you need it, but there's no lab doing it. Blood test is a map. You know when you have a GPS on your phone? If I go to history, it tells you where you went and where you search. So blood test is identical. It tells you where you've been past year, past 6 months, past 10 years, where your body has been. And then once you start changing your lifestyle and eating healthy and hydrating and better sleep and cutting all the junk, then it tells you, oh, he's going here. So it gives you the direction of where you came from, but also where you can go. You go bad or you go good. It tells you exactly what's going to happen. And you can't deny it. You can say, oh, I'm so healthy. I hydrate. I eat clean. I train. I don't care. I see guys coming in as fit as you. Fit. Amazing. Look at blood test. This is not good, man. He's gonna have freaking liver failure. What do you mean? Well, it's right there. I've guys coming in super fit, super young guys in their 30s, insulin, triple. It's like diabetic. And so, I'm always tired. I'm crashing in my car. I'm sleeping here. You're diabetic. But if you look at the body, 6-pack, amazing. So what you look, it doesn't mean if you look great, you're gonna look healthy. But if you're healthy, you're gonna look great. So bodybuilding styles, 9 meals a day, shakes, training hard, cutting everything that's all the fats out, all the veggies out, and just protein and carbs. So eventually it's going to catch up to you. So in your case, liver and kidneys, it goes up and down. We know that because hydration or if you've done gear in past and stuff. So that changes very quickly, which is fine. But what I'm always concerned is the inflammatory marker and insulin. These are the two that get you always old and get you sick.
So the inflammatory marker and the insulin, could you explain those for us?
So insulin, so if you eat anything, you eat protein, carbohydrates, sugar, it doesn't matter what goes into your mouth. The body is gonna produce glucose. Becomes glycogen into liver. The body hold on to it. And then when you need it, it gives you energy. If it's too much, the insulin pumps in and pushes into your muscle. Then, which is the best place to store it because then if you need it, the muscle pumps it out to your bloodstream. So people that train and they have muscle, they should have perfect sugar if they eat clean, like you do now. So if you're eating too much, too late, more glucose, more insulin, more glucose, more insulin, you go to bed late, you eat late. I have guys just get up 2 in the morning, have food, 4 in the afternoon, they just eat all day long. Every time you eat, it's gonna spike insulin. And that's gonna age you. That's what bodybuilders look older because they eat all freaking day long. I mean, the body's amazing. But when it's at 50 and 60 and 70, what are you going to do then? So the more you eat, the more spike. There's no question. That's what fasting is very good for you. So when you eat that much protein or carbohydrate all day long and protein shake stuff there, insulin is high, never goes down. And that causes issues with blood vessels, your skin, aging, inflammatory, diabetes. It causes a lot of problem. Vision, it gets really messy. Then inflammation is just not like your joint hurting. So your inflammatory markers, which we do in Australia as CRPs, is designed to tell you if your body's inflamed. That could be brain, could be a gut, could be joint, could be something that's not, it might not be physically feeling it, but the body's inflaming through blood. And that becomes from stressing, dehydrating, alcohol, coffee, junk food, not be healthy. A lot of issues causes markers. Yours used to be very high. Both of them, your insulin and your CRP. And you look at it now, it used to be red for so many years.
Did you say CRP?
CRP is a marker, the measure for inflammatory markers.
So mine used to be
Very
high
high.
insulin
Yeah.
and high inflammatory. Even though I looked,
You look fantastic.
well, in the bodybuilding
Yeah.
world or that world, I looked
Yeah.
okay. I probably looked bloated and things.
Yeah.
But so what you're saying is both of those were very high with me.
Very high at that time. And if you remember first time we talked, it's like, I don't care about liver and kidneys. I know it's fixable. Kidneys is easy to fix because more hydration and eating clean and stuff. That's easy. Liver, same. Liver is organ. If you cut it by 25%, nothing in the body would grow back. Liver would grow back. If you cut it by 25%, it would grow back. It's amazing. So they're both easy to manage and fix. But then you're going to watch insulin and watch CRP. And those two from lifestyle. So your sugar was very high, even though you trained really hard, but you ate late. You ate late, 8, 9
I used
o'clock.
to eat in the middle of the
In the middle of
night.
the night, and that's the body. Oh, I gotta put more. And thank God you had all the muscle. The body puts the excess into muscle, but you had so much excess that you couldn't burn it off. And there was no time of you fasting. You're eating like almost 20 hours a day. The body says, "Well, what am I gonna do with all this excess insulin? It's just gonna sit there." So, since you have changed your lifestyle, you're eating less, eating early, walking after trainings, after dinner, all that stuff, it lowers your insulin. That means you would never be diabetic. You're never gonna have a vision problem. You won't lose your limbs. You won't get the tingles in the feet and the hands. Many things you avoid. Diabetic is not a disease, it's a disorder that comes from us. You're not born with it most, or type 1, yes, but type 2 diabetes, most people have. It's food related and exercise related.
Can I ask the question
Yep.
on this? So when I was in the middle of, training, this is before I met you.
Yeah.
And I used to do Bondi to Bronte.
Oh, yes.
And I used to eat 7, 8, 9, 10 meals a
yeah,
day,
yeah.
middle of the night and things. When I used to walk sometimes, my hands used to get so swollen.
Yeah.
And I never knew what it was.
Yeah.
Like it used to feel like, when something's got so much blood in
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
They used to get so swollen.
Yeah.
I used to actually have
Keep
to
your
hold
hands
them
up
up
there,
in the air.
yeah.
Why is that?
So generally speaking, when you walk, the blood circulation, when the hands are down or your feet, if you're sitting too long, the blood is going to drop down to those areas and it's going to start swelling, it's going to hurt, it's going to cause pain. So that happens to all of us, runners, long walkers, because blood is not circulating. But the fitter you are, then the better circulation, less blood in there. In your case, you were very heavy, a lot of meals, high insulin, high glucose, but has never a chance to get a good circulation.
I never knew what it was.
Yeah, and circulation, that's what most diabetes, I know people that I have seen, they're making tea or coffee, they literally could see talking to me and pouring, and it goes on their foot. I'm like, oh my God, they don't feel nothing. Boiling friggin' water on their feet, not a thing. Because there's no nerves, nerve damage through inflammation, the CRP, through inflammation and the high sugar.
Would that be two of and I really want to continue on
Yeah.
this because I want people to understand what the blood
Yeah.
readings mean. Would they be two of the most critical readings?
That's all I care about. That's all I care about. Depending on age. If you're older, I care about other things. But generally speaking, anything else, if you say cut down alcohol, cut down coffee, don't do takeaways, eat more fish, eat more tofu, eat more beans, more Mediterranean lifestyle, walk, this, that, everything's going to get perfect. Liver, kidney, they're all going to get great. Sometimes it's really out of control. You put on supplements to detox them or help them a little bit. But generally speaking, it's not my concern as much. The liver's not happy, kidney's not happy, because we know you're dehydrated, you had too much drink, or you didn't eat good, or you didn't have any fats. That doesn't bother me as much. But then insulin is very high, and then your inflammation is very high. That causes a lot of problem. It's like when you have an engine light comes in the dashboard, you know something's not right. But if all the lights are on, you know, oh, geez, that's not good. So when you have high insulin and high inflammation, that means everybody in the body is going to get affected. Every organ is going to pay the price for it, especially kidneys. So most diabetic people, they end up going on a machine because the kidney is falling apart. So you got to be careful that you don't eat all even if it's good food. It's, we're going to go back to our ancestors. They only eat meat. Yes, they didn't eat meat 3 times a day, 4 times a day. They ate when they could find the food. There's no fridge in that time. So they ate and they just moved on. And they walked all day long for looking for the food. So they're active and they only ate what they could catch or it was off the trees. So you can't have 5, 6, 7, I put it on 6 meals a day sometimes because they have to lose weight for temporary time, but it's not long-term things. 2, 3 meals, that's plenty.
And Tommy, on this note, because it sounds like what you're doing, so I'm learning this as well because my last blood test, not the one just now, the one before, when I started, probably second one after or third one after I started with you. I didn't even know what my first one was. It would have been 10 times worse. But my second last one, my inflammation was 7.9
That's high.
7.9 or something. And did you say...
It's 0.7 now, 0.7.
Yeah, and the new one now, after following your protocol, is 0.7.
Yeah, big difference.
0.7.
Yeah.
So it's come all the way down.
It's
massive. Can it go to 0?
Well, it's almost impossible to go zeros because you almost going to be
I'm 0.7 away from it, Tommy.
I know, but I've seen 0.3.
Yeah, right.
But be inflamed as it is anyway. Stress, anxiety, bad sleep, environmental things. You're going to be inflamed a little bit. But anything under 1, I'm very happy.
So what I'm hearing about when you were saying about food, someone could, let's say someone doesn't eat 5, 6 meals a day like a bodybuilder type of thing, but they eat the wrong food. Yeah. Can that have the similar effect?
100%. There's no difference between eating 10 chickens and rice a day and having 3 fast food a day. There's a big difference.
Like Doritos and drive-thrus and Maccas.
But for insulin, they're both not good for insulin and spike. They're both not good for inflammation. Just chicken and rice is much better than fast foods. But generally speaking, it's the food. It's like what are we trying to always get across is like food is your medicine. It could kill you and it could heal you. You're just gonna see what you want to do with food. You can't look at food as a weapon. Oh, I'm so stressed. I'm gonna go to Macca's. Oh, I'm so happy. I'm going to Macca's. Food is something that gives you feel like you used to have 8, 9 meals a day. Now you have 2 meals and you look amazing.
Meals,
So when people are very sick, I put on 1 meal a day. Sometimes 1 meal every other day. Like, what are you doing? Man, you're too sick. You're gonna get the body could only heals when you're fasting, but also heals when you're eating. But what you eat makes a big difference. You can fast for 10, 15
And sleeping?
All comes to
sleeping, eating, and fasting.
Fasting. These are the ones that saves the body. So, but the thing is, if you fast amazing 24 hours, guys do 3-day fasting, 5-day fasting, fantastic. And then they go eat something really bad to break the fast. What are you doing? You're just trying to heal your body for this many days, and you put it. Imagine if you clean your car, and Jackson comes and throw a couple of eggs on the window. Like, what are you doing? Same thing. You can't just fast and eat bad. So it's so important how you go to fast, how you go out of fast. But fasting is the best way to heal the body.
So now I'm not a faster like you. I'm learning.
But you're doing pretty good,
just
though.
Now you were talking about a 24-hour fast.
Yeah. Well, I said we got to talk about it.
At some point, but I'm up to, I do the 18-hour fast now. So I stop eating at 5:30 and then I eat again I have a tummy shake at 11.
Yeah.
Is that all because of it keeps, I mean, there's probably got other reasons, but is that because it keeps the inflammation down?
Yes. Inflammation goes down, your insulin goes down, you sleep much better. So you do everything body needs to heal and recover. Like you take the car to mechanic, do a tune-up, do this, do that, you feel great. Same thing body. So he's not eating late. He's not on Instagram 1 in the morning. He's into bed early, great. He's walking after dinner, fantastic. He's not eating first in the morning, great. The body's happy. And all of a sudden, you just heal and you heal and heal.
So people make fun of me because I do driveway walking at
You go anywhere.
night. Now I get lots of people saying, "Oh, let me guess, you're driveway walking." But so can you tell me what the walk? It has been a very good thing.
Yeah.
And it's now I think about. I used to go to bed with this full stomach of food.
Yeah. They used to call me to say, "Can I eat?" I said, "No, we're not eating now."
I do. Now I don't. I don't want to eat. And even if I think to myself, "Oh, I wouldn't mind." Like last night, I did. It got to about 8 o'clock, and I felt like something. I thought, "Nah, not doing it."
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything. Like it's just a little thing. But can you tell us what the walking after dinner does?
Yes. So when you eat food, anything healthy, unhealthy, your body's going to send a lot of blood into your gut to digest and break down the food, and it goes to intestinal. It has to go where it has to go. That would take between 2 to 5 hours, depending on your age and what you ate, how fast you ate, all that. 2 to 5 hours. When you walk, it's like best example, if you're running out of petrol, you run out of petrol and you're pushing your car, and then 6 guys comes and push your car. It's amazing. So when you walk, it's like pushing the system, massive extra help to digest the food. So as you walk, you get circulation. The more blood circulation, the quicker the absorption and digestion. So you help the digestion. The sugar was hanging around the body, waiting for insulin to come. Sugar gets burned. There's no insulin attack. There's no to do all kind of work. But also brain says, oh, things are great. Food is digested. The food is going away. Now I could produce melatonin, so I could sleep better. So
it produces melatonin.
So if you go full stomach, but it's about I got to either digest or I got to produce this to sleep. You can't do both at the same time. So
say that again.
So your body cannot digest food and produce melatonin at the same time. It just doesn't work that way. It does either or. So if you have a big meal and you're sitting on the couch, I can't sleep. Yes, but it's about I can't produce this till this goes away. So the digestion goes away quicker, then you sleep much better. So in your case, you go out for a walk for 10, 20 minutes, great. So you're helping the food get digested. From 5-hour digestion, you're going back to 2-hour digestion. So come 9 o'clock, great, food is digested, it's gone where it's supposed to go. Brain says, okay, great, food is gone, let's produce melatonin. Then you sleep better. But lowers your stress, lowers inflammation, great for muscle soreness, muscle recovery. Benefits are to a roof.
It's good for your mind.
Oh man, I know like there's many things you could do for anti-aging and healthy stuff there. My personal belief is lifting weight and walking after each meal, especially dinner, it is the 2 top choice I would do to live longer. There's nothing that are supplements, yes, juicing, fasting, great, all this is fantastic. But when you look at the numbers and studies, walking after each meal, especially dinner, and then lifting weights, having muscle, is what keeps you healthier, away from all kinds of diseases, disorders, mental, emotional, is the top 2 amazing things. And it's just a tiny amount of discipline. Yes, you have dinner. Yes, you could turn TV on and let some Instagram stuff there. You blink your eye. It's not 6:30, it's 9:30. Get outside. Saves your life. Absolutely saves your life.
Yeah, it's really been a change, a big
mentally,
change.
you feel like so when you go to sleep, I got short-term memory, I got long-term memory. It's like 2 cups. At nighttime, the body's gonna take all this, dump it here, have this ready for the next day. If this is full the next day because you're watching TV or eating bad or not sleeping, it doesn't empty it out. Next day, you forget the keys, you forget your car, where I'm supposed to go, you forget everything. When you walk, this makes a big difference to empty it quicker. So the short-term memory that you have, all the using it for calling here, calling there, memorize things, that's gone to long-term memory as a like saving place, as a deposit place, like a brand new brain for the next day. It covers a lot of stuff. So nothing better. It doesn't matter if it's winter, you could walk, if it's raining, just walk in the house, walk around the house, up and down. And it's boring, but we don't ask for much, body doesn't ask for much to do. A little bit, it goes a long way, just 10, 20 minutes. Driveway, why don't you start a trend? Walk on a driveway.
Yeah, just walking there.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's convenient. It's right there.
Have to go out on the street, just do what it is.
So just to put it into perspective, you were saying to me on the phone, inflammation between 9 and 12.
Yeah.
That's like stroke area, heart attack area. And mine was like at almost 8.
Up there. If you ask Dr. Green, which is amazing, I love Dr. Green. So he always looks at your blood test. Oh yeah, Matt, you're doing great. He's on top of you again because he's a doctor, right? We didn't get to 10, 11, 12. We got a lot of issues. People that have strokes and heart attack there, it's there. And it could be super fit people. Doesn't mean that they have to be unhealthy people. Physically, they're very fit.
Is that why you see fit people have heart attacks?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah. So because heart attack, we know is not a hard, physical heart problem. Because you're a runner, you're a marathon, you're a lifter, you got a massive, amazing, pumping like amazing. So there's a lot of issues that come with the heart attack, which is the stress, the anxiety, lack of sleep, dehydration, lack of magnesium, lack of good fats. All that affects the heart as a muscle. So when people have a heart attack, runners, if you look at the diet, there's no fats for a long time. A lot of, not energy, but electrolyte drink, which has a lot of salt in it, the white salt, which affects the blood pressure. Not enough magnesium, not enough good fats, they drop off.
On that note, with the food, people could. Is the chemicals in the food similar? Like, if you get non-organic and they've got lots of chemicals
Big
in,
different.
is that going to cause some inflammation as well? Even though people feel like they're eating healthy,
Yes.
which is, the non-organic stuff, can that cause inflammation?
100%. So the body's job is to, the body cannot do anything on its own. The body could only and only produce vitamin D. That's the body's all can manufacture. Anything else has to come from the outside. So when you have food, when I eat any food, but okay, guys, this coming in. Let's do this. Let's get this here, that one is there. They all go where they're supposed to go. When food has chemicals, especially now all the spraying and chemical and stuff there, the body has to work 10 times harder, if not more, to take the chemicals away, then digest the food. Where the chemicals going to go? If you're lucky, it goes out. But most of the time, if you eat them every day, the body is not designed to take that much chemical. There's no new stuff. It's not plastic from it's not like things that you had 100 years ago. Just things that man-made chemical. So it goes and hides into your liver, kidneys, lymph nodes. It causes problem. Because, expensive. The amount of time you're going to lose when you get older, live shorter, spend all this in hospitals and doctors. I say it all the time. It's important. I'd rather you have no veggies. If you have once in a while, it's fine. But you cannot have processed vegetables with all the sprays and chemical every day. You will pay the price. Have one veggies. It's not tell people just go eat just meat for 2 months. What do you mean, Tommy? You're vegan. Yes, but what you're eating is going to cause more problem than meat. Meat is one ingredient. Grass-fed, grass-finished, organic. I'm happy with that. You're eating fake vegan food, fake vegan burgers, non-organic vegetables, non-organic fruits. This is going to cause a lot more problem than one ingredients. And I said, we don't understand, but you're supposed to be vegan. Doesn't have to do with vegan. My personal philosophy is different than the patient comes in front of you. I don't care what I believe in. I care what's best for you. What you're eating is going to kill you. And they get so upset, I'm plant-based. I'm like, well, this is not plant-based. This is chemical stuff there. Mm-hmm. So heavy chemical, we know now. That's what the girls that get the period when they're 9 years old. Girls that get cancer when they're 12, 13 years old. We have teenagers like in the 8, 16, 17. They have like menopausal system. They have like menopause symptoms. Not because they're 70 or 60 or 50, because the food is eating is pushing everything forward. Estrogens, it's so much spray. If you look at the food, sprays in the food, it's just shocking.
I'd never really paid any attention to seasonal food.
Yeah.
And since being on your meal plans, like avocado at the moment, there's none. You can't get any organic. This just doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And I know they might freeze some of these and things like this, but I refuse to buy the non-organic stuff now because I look at it and it's just a whole chemical pouch.
Yes.
Whereas now I'm like, I rang the avocado man, Nathan, the other day. I said, mate, when's your avocado start again?
It's so good.
Yeah. And he's like, May, they start again. But I never really paid attention because you're so used to going into the shops and just grabbing.
Yeah, exactly.
They're on the shelf.
Yeah.
But they're like might be a year old with chemicals in them, frozen and all these. Yeah. Amazing stuff. Like now I'm like, come on, strawberries back. Come on. Like it's even lemons.
Yeah.
You take all this for granted.
Yeah.
Like can't get lemons at the moment or haven't been able to from Finelli Organics.
Yeah.
Because but I won't use the other ones. I just won't buy the other ones.
About lemons, big boy lemons, they cut it, they put it in hot water and drink it. But do you know that's like a fake, well, it's not fake, but it's a chemical lemon. Everything
lemon.
is heavily
That's a good way to
sprayed.
explain it.
You drink it in hot water. What are you doing?
So my insulin, what's my insulin now? Is it better or where is it?
So your insulin was in a 9s?
9s?
Which is pre-diabetic almost in your case.
Oh, it was in the 9s?
Yeah.
Okay. So and where is it now?
So we go from 1 to 10 is a good.
Right. Mine was up near 10.
It was very close.
No way.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't red yet.
Gee.
It has to go 10 to become red. It was very up there because you're eating too much, too late, right before bed, middle of the night. So, I get up in the morning. What are you doing? Oh, I had something. Matt, it was 1 o'clock. What are you doing? You know that? So eating all that time, thank God you had muscle, I would be worse. So the body produced insulin to push the glucose away, but it was too much. And then the insulin couldn't get burned out. It just sits in the bloodstream. So now it's gone down to 2, which is...
Oh, that's good. 2.
It's amazing.
I didn't know, because I can't read a blood test. I just send it to you.
Yeah, because you're fasting.
Okay.
You're fasting and you're walking. So you walk after dinner, you fast at 10, 11 in the morning, and but has all that time to burn the excess. Perfect.
So it sounds like you just got to keep the engine running at a nice speed. Like your body's a machine, and you just got to keep it running so it's not this up down.
No, body's an amazing machine. Like when you see what it does, it just there's no machine that I know works as good as your body, and it's very complicated, but also extremely simple to look after it. You got a brand new car, all you gotta do: oil, water, once a year to mechanic. Body is no different. Good oils, hydrate, walk, eat clean, eat in shorter timing. It's very simple. Why has to be so complicated?
And you almost I don't want as much food anymore. Like I have one of your shakes at 10:30, 11, and then I have a meal at 1, 12:31, and then I have one of your shakes after training, and then I have a meal at about, when I can get home. So like between 5 and 6.
Yeah.
And that's protein, no carbs in the nighttime one, carbs in the morning one, and I have pods during the day as well. And then that's it. I don't need anything else.
No,
and
but if you're like a massive walker, so I'm going to do 20K tomorrow, we would change your food.
Yeah.
But for what you do, you go from appointment to appointment, you do a walk in here. So it's all calculated. Matt does this much, just give me this much. You need more if you're going to do a lot more. But when the body's happy, if you eat clean food, in your case, which is so clean, you're not hungry. Because the insulin doesn't go up and doesn't crashes. It's just nice and steady. So when you eat junk food and fast food, takeaway, you feel full for 5 minutes, and then 2 minutes later, you're looking for sweets because there's no
desserts and stuff. I don't need anything.
But there's no nutrition. There's no nutrition. The food has no value. There's no value in food. You're always going to be hungry because you couldn't balance your insulin. And then you want sweet. You have sweet and want more of this. It's just like, I know it gets very boring when I repeat the same thing all the time, but it's just like you can't blame your family, your culture, all that stuff for what you have. You choose what goes in your mouth. You choose what you're going to eat, when you want to eat, how you want to eat. Yes, emotional thing. Man, it's not food, it's medicine. It's supposed to fuel you. Either you live to eat or you eat to live. If you eat to live, which is you, great. You eat and you want to function, great. But if you want to live to eat, every morning, I'm going to go... Like people have the whole day planned. I talked to a friend of mine. They got the whole day planned. I'm gonna go there for breakfast. I'm going there for a snack. I'm going there for coffee. Like all day, they have the whole day planned. When they're gonna have what and at what time. The entire day consumed around food, the dessert, the wine. I'm like, what are you doing? You're my age in the 60s.
And you can do that, but there's going to be a measurement to that. Like, the measurement is, the insulin. Once you look at it this way, it's so different. I look at a food and go, what's that going to do to my body? Like,
exactly.
what is it going to, what's the cause and effect of that? That's how I see it now. And some people might find that boring, but I look at it long term.
Yeah.
I'm like.
But the thing is, in your case, the body tells you, in everybody's case, the body tells you, you eat this, I feel so foggy, man. I feel so tired. The body told you, I don't like this. We know the fact, I don't feel so good, man. I got so bloated. The body said, I don't want this food. But we still choose to eat it. Or you say, I have strawberry, you have something, you say, I feel amazing. But it says, hey, this is what I want. The body always tells you what it wants. We just choose not to listen because, I like my steak. I like my sandwiches from this shop and that shop. Yes, but the shop, they have to make money. They have to cut corners. They can't use Celtic salt. They can't use like a tallow or coconut oil or olive oil. It's expensive. We work in restaurants. It's not easy to make money these days. So you got to cut corners. So there's a takeaway. Make your own food. Get your organic eggs. Cook the pan it takes like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Done. It's done.
So back to the blood test, because I want to stay on. I could talk about 1,000 different things, but I just, I've got you. I'd love to just help people understand the blood test. So what I'm hearing is some blood tests. Yeah, sure. There's a lot of measurements in there.
Yeah.
And you could go, you asked me to get like, 15 different things, something like that. And the blood tests that come back are about 5 or 6 pages long.
Yes.
I don't understand not one thing in there. I just send it straight to you. And I also get Mick the Podman to look at it, and Dr. Green looks at it as well. And between all three of you, like Mick makes the pods based on that. You make the diet based on that. And you all know about each other, and it's fantastic. And Dr. Green talks about different things as well in his world, and put them all together, and it's fantastic. Yeah. So when people get a blood test, Tommy, there's what I'm hearing is insulin and inflammation are the two most important factors in there. That's the
most factors for me. Yeah.
So is that a bit like your speedo on your car and your oil reading or something?
Almost there. Yeah.
Is that sort of what it is?
Important. Imagine if you're going to drive somewhere and your front wheel is loose and you could care less. When you have high insulin and high CRP, you're driving 100 km an hour with loose front wheels or back wheels. You know it's gonna come off. You still don't care. Anything else, yeah, car make a noise, the window shakes, the car shakes, is not gonna kill you. But having a loose wheel or almost flat tire, that's what the CRP and inflammation and blood sugar is. That's what that is to me. It's very important.
So what else is in there? There's kidney reading, liver reading, there's testosterone reading.
Yes, there's testosterone, thyroid reading. There is your electrolytes reading, your MTHFR reading. There are a lot of things. Certainly you only do once because we have that gene, But so you have a lot of stuff that does all the organs. So it does your liver, kidney, your gallbladder. Sometimes they tell you if you're inflamed in the colon area, if you have bad circulation. It's all in there. It's all listed in there.
And so, does it run off these other two markers you're saying? So if your other two markers are good, are the others going to be good, or do they all need their own separate attention?
It goes hand to hand. If you have low insulin, that means you're healthy, exercise, you're eating clean. If you have low CRP, that means you're not doing anything crazy, your body's happy. It will spill over to other organs. They're also going to be very happy and healthy. But if these are high, let's say if you never return them to school, you got bad grades, you know you're going to get in trouble. You can't finish school if you're not going to turn up and have good grades. So if these two are in a bad spot, we know every organ also stressing out and paying the price for it. If these two are low, we know the other organs are fine, unless there's genetic issues there. You can't be drinking and eating takeaway and fast food and not training. These two cannot be low. It's impossible. So it's good market to look at. When I get the pages, I'm like, the first thing I go, okay, CRP, I don't like that, or I like that, and insulin. Then I go for everything else. But those two are what I always look at.
And if someone's testosterone is low,
yeah.
So let's say there's a man hits 40,
yeah.
starts going down,
yeah.
Is that going down because of other things, or is it going down because of age? And can they fix it naturally, or do they need to take stuff?
Yeah.
Like what happens there?
As you age, so we know by age of 25, 26, you start having less testosterone, more estrogen, which is normal for us, and it goes down and down. But if you drink, if you don't sleep, if you don't have good food and good fats, it goes a lot quicker. Really quick. You'll be like 70 years old man in a 30 years old body. But if you have food that causes testosterone, which is your turmeric, your ginger, your cayenne pepper, your good fats, your avocados, your omegas, your vitamin D's, your zinc, tribulus, there's few herbs like maca powder. It's all natural testosterone. You could have a high testosterone to the age of 80, but the body's testosterone is 100% relies on vitamin D and zinc. Well, not 100, but the big component is D and zinc. Most of us, we don't do zinc, and we don't go outside in the sun because sun is not good for you. So your D is low, zinc is low, all of a sudden, you're in trouble. You know when you're younger, it's all, if you eat oysters, is aphrodisiac. Horny. Exactly, because oyster had zinc.
Oh.
10 milligram per oyster. So you have 10 of them as a dish, you got 100 grams. Well, you'd be like King Kong. So zinc deficiency and vitamin D deficiency makes you go really down testosterone. If you have those two as a supplements, it's hard to get from food as supplements, then you will be very normal, you won't drip. But then if you do other things, exercise, lift weight, sleep better, all that stuff makes you have higher testosterone.
When we talk testosterone, are you talking about, so in someone's testes,
yes,
is a level of testosterone? Is
correct.
That what they mean? Is that when they say your body, because when you're young, you have, young men, they want to have sex all the time, and they're getting like, can you explain what we're talking about? Because people talk about testosterone, but what actually does it mean?
So you got testosterone, and you got libido. They're very different. So if you could be on like a 10, 20 meals of gear every day, you'd be jacked up like crazy, but you have no sex drive.
Yeah.
So that's different. So you got your testosterone, your free testosterone, and then your libido. If it's naturally boost, you still have massive libido, you still have massive sex drives, you look amazing, you feel really good, everything's perfect. There's no mood swing, there's no crashes, there's no, beautiful, everything's beautiful. But when you do synthetic testosterone, that most people do, unfortunately, then because it's not real, it's synthetic, then you get a mood swing, then you get depression, then you get the bad skin, then you have no sex drive. So when people do testosterone, we always do at the gym, this guy was younger, not now. So this guy's on gear. His girlfriend he gets nothing. I mean, it was sad, we made fun of people, But we could talk, because I talk to girls all the time. Clients, oh, my husband's he's so fit, he's so amazing. There's no sex at home. Like, what do you mean? That's like 30 years ago. Oh, because he doesn't, or just starting going to uni, I didn't know what that meant. I'm like, what does that mean? The guy's like so fit. No drive, zero. So when you do gear, yes, I respect it because you want to be fitter and look better, but the price you pay is on the end part. You get no sex drive, you got massive mood swing, you're not sleeping properly, you get heart palpitations, you're sweating for no reason. So the price is big to pay. So a lot of guys that I know in the 40s, 50s, it's like, normally people take in the 80s, 90s pre-workout, now that have become gear. Everybody takes it, like everybody, girls and boys, openly, which is fine. It's your body, do whatever you want to do. But I see the other part, the back end of it. No sex drive, massive mood swing, heavy depression, lose ambition, doesn't want to do anything but training and going to sleep. You can't function like that. How many years are you going to function like that? And how about your family, your kids, your wife? They deserve to have a husband around.
So how do you fix libido if someone doesn't have libido?
But that's all has to do with the food they're eating.
Okay.
It's always the food. You're not born with
That's how well your body's working.
The body needs the fuel to create.
Is that why you don't feel like sex if you're stressed or overworked
when you
or
do
things like that?
If you're drinking a lot of alcohol, like in your head you're so horny, you're like, oh, I gotta go kill this person. You go in there, nothing happens.
Yeah.
Because alcohol lowers testosterone to almost zero at that day. At that
Is it
moment.
really?
Yeah, it affects everything. So fast food, sweets, sugars, inflammatory food, all of them lowers testosterone. So if you eat healthier, Mediterranean, fast a little bit, walk a little bit, do a few push-ups, all goes back up. It's like no different than a 1960 car. If you look after it, it will last forever. If you don't look after it, then it's gonna die off. Body's no different. You can't be 30 and eating what you eat when you're 20. Like in your case, we change things around every 6 months because you're not old, but you're 6 months older now.
I reckon I'd be dead if I didn't meet you.
Well, because
I reckon my body would have
I
exploded.
look at your numbers, I would say honestly, not to freak you out, you would have a year or two left on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full on.
Yeah,
I feel like
was-
I've just I
If you
feel
ask
like I've
Dr.
changed
Green,
into
it's
someone
over.
else.
And poor Dr. Green, man, do this, man, do this.
Yeah.
Oh, it just,
Yeah, on that note, because Dr. Green suggested an iron infusion. Can we talk about iron?
yes,
Can we talk about iron?
Yeah.
He suggested an iron infusion last time, which is right because my iron's been going down for years.
Yes.
To the point where it got to like 12, whatever 12
Actually, I
is.
was on 5.
Oh, 5, was it? Yeah, okay, 5, sorry. And then just now he rang me the other day. I only got the blood test, a few days ago.
Yeah.
And he said, Matt, I don't know what you did, but you've completely gone back to maybe not your normal, but
It's pretty good up there.
he goes, Matt, you've brought it back to normal.
Yeah.
He said, you were so anemic.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know how you've done that, but just keep doing it.
Yeah.
And because he's a friend as well.
Yes.
And he said, Matt, you've got to go and get an iron transfusion.
I remember that,
He said,
yeah.
I don't even know how
you function.
you were functioning.
Yeah, I remember that.
And he said, you have to go and get one. And I said, Dr. Green, can I just try this? Give me some time. I want to try this. And if it doesn't work, I'll think about it. And that's where we dialed it in more.
Yes.
And when he rang the other day, he said, I'm amazed.
Yeah.
So talk to me about iron.
So going back to Dr. Green, like we don't do nothing without Dr. Green because I respect the man.
Yeah,
he's an amazing GP, but also he's a friend. So you get double support, which is great.
He's the best.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So when you do blood infusion, right? So there's 2 types of iron. You got synthetic iron and natural iron. It's the same as if I give you a rusted piece of iron outside, you eat it, that has Fe, which is iron, or I give you something based on spinach. It's also iron. The way that one rust outside, it will rust on the inside. Simple. It oxidizes. You want no oxidation. You want the blood vessels to get oxidized. So when you do synthetic capsules or you do synthetic injections, yes, the iron level goes up. You feel amazing, energy, stamina, oxygen goes. You feel amazing. Color is beautiful. But then because it's so synthetic, it causes massive constipation as well as oxidation. So yours was 5, which is very low. I mean, as a vegan, mine is like 30. Yours was really low. So what we did, go.
Sorry.
Yeah.
And I was eating lots of meat.
Yes.
So just so people understand, I was eating lots of meat.
Yes.
Sorry.
So we could eat all the iron food that you want. It doesn't mean the body is going to absorb it. So in your gut microbiome, let's say you have 100 flowers or 100 different microbiomes. One is for depression, one's for anxiety, one's for happiness, one's for iron absorption, one is for, they all have different jobs. Your particular microbiome that absorbs iron was non-existent to stress, anxiety, eating just one type of food for like 10 years, 20 years, chicken and rice all day long, 10 times a day. All that effect killed all your microbiome for many different things. So we brought in a probiotic that's designed to just feed that particular microbiome for iron absorption. There are all 1,000 out there, but this particular one is designed to absorb the iron from food or supplements. So all of a sudden, you put stuff in there, it doesn't go out, it gets absorbed. That's what you want, right? So then we brought natural iron based on plant, not synthetic, based on food, based on plums and prunes and spinaches, liquid herb style. Between those two, iron went up. When iron goes up, so has oxygen, so has energy, so has skin, your gums, everything changes. So I'm not against the infusion, just like give me a chance for 1 month or 2, let me fix it.
We talked about 4, didn't we?
Yeah. Yours was very low, and yours, everything was low. Everything was in red. Yeah. The iron bank, the ferritin, everything was low. And then it just gone, I could see it's gone up and up and up and up, but we don't want to do too quick. With you, I'm like same way. I like things to be done as the body's ready. And then I look at the other day, wow, that's freaking amazing. Look at the 20s, which is great.
Yeah, thank you.
But you also be bleeding too. You're bleeding,
I was bleeding as well. When I go to the toilet, I was
bleeding.
bleeding. I was sitting on the toilet too long, which sometimes I still do, but I try not to. But it depends what's on TikTok. Yeah. But does iron affect your oxygen?
So iron is one of the trucks that delivers oxygen to your cells. Your iron is low, your oxygen delivery is going to be low.
I'll tell you why I ask. Because I do Wim Hof breathing every day, just the beginner's one. Yeah. Probably 2 years ago when I started, I couldn't hold my breath. Like I literally, like this. Yeah. And I think to myself, this is the beginner's one. I can't even nearly do this. And I try. But now, easy. Well, when I say easy, like 1,000,000 times better.
But that could be due to lungs is also a muscle, right? So practice the muscle. The longer, the more you breathe, the more you hold, the longer, the bigger it gets. So you have done a lot of good things. Iron is one part of it, but practicing, holding breath, inhaling, exhaling, not having things that's going to clog. Because lung is like a balloon, right? You could crush it, it could blow it up. So if you have bad food that cause mucus building food, which is dairy, gluten, alcohol, all actually physically crushes the lungs. So then the lung from this size to this size, you can't breathe properly. You're out of breath for 2 seconds. But when the lung expands, then you could breathe better. So in your case, you do all the breathing, the cold, the hot, the food, the juicing, all that stuff takes the mucus out of the lungs blow up, and then you could feel better. Iron is part of it, but mainly is the whole picture of you doing everything right.
Tommy, you're a legend. I want to say thank you for helping me.
Yes, sir.
And also Dr. Green and also Mick the Podman.
Those are good movie,
Best team ever. Yep. So, you've been life-changing. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I appreciate your time today.
My pleasure.